What up, world? What up, media? I am Drewize. This is Drewize Pump Up. Good evening to you, YouTube, and the whole entire world. What up to you? Now, I want to talk about this particular topic, because these particular products and food I take and it helps me, with my body and my mind and muscles and things like that. This whole entire topic, Drewize Pump Up, is all about exercise, healthy lifestyle, exercise videos, and things like that. Something positive. You know what I'm saying? Something that people that do work out and have a good, healthy lifestyle, eating habit lifestyle. It's for you. And the ones that are thinking about changing their routine as far as their habits of poor eating habits and turn it to a better eating habits, or thinking about exercising, losing weight, getting in shape, whatever the reason. Now I want to talk about this product I use first, and I want to talk about these food of choice that I eat. Now this product, I got it. I've been taking it for this year. For I read out of it and I bought it. Been taking it for let's say 2 or 3 months. This particular product from this particular business from a former bodybuilder named Ronnie Coleman, 8-time Mr. Olympia. Now, I've been taking creatine, because this is creatine, as you can see, creatine. I've been taking creatine before when I was a teenager in high school. I used to exercise real heavy, real all into exercise, lifting weights and building my muscles up. I used to take creatine then. I still take creatine now. Now, this particular creatine, I like, and I see results that it does for my muscles, my form, my physique. And this creatine, it does for endurance, strength, and performance. Now, these things, 3 things of categories that it does for me, because when I run, jog, jump rope, I notice it that I get extra boost, extra enhancement, especially when I jog, and jump rope. Now, strength, I can see the difference in my strength. As far as me working out, I do more sets and reps, In performance, it seemed like I improved in that area too, much better. So there's been times where I wasn't taking creatine at all, at all. And when I started taking creatine, true enough, I felt strange, because I wasn't. When I first started taking it, I wasn't used to it at the age of 17 years old. I felt strange, But the thing was, I took a little bit, not too much. I took a little bit at first, so my body could get used to it and get adjusted to it and get immune to it, so it could actually feel that effect toward my muscles, So as I started taking it, as I got older, I did drift away, and I started taking creatine again. But see, this creatine that I like better, because look at the label on the bottom. It says unflavored. That means is there's no sugar in it, and there's no sweetening. No sugar added, just plain, straight. So I had to work up a tolerance for that, of taking this creatine unflavored. It's straight plain. I worked up a tolerance. Now it's nothing. I'm used to the plainness of this creatine. Yeah. But see, creatine Creatine, it does this. The ones that don't know what creatine does and what its so-called purpose to do for your muscles. Creatine does this. When you take creatine either with water or juice, you know, I prefer to take it with water, you know, because your body, when you drink water anyways, your body produces creatine automatically, you know. Now, creatine does this. When you take creatine, either with juice or with water, when you take creatine, you drink it, you consume it, you digest it. Now, creatine does this. It draws the water from your body, and put it into the muscle. You know, after that phase of that job is doing, putting water into the muscle, then the water be replaced back into your body. So what you're doing after that, what's being put back into your body, is you just flushing it out, going to the bathroom, you know, urinating or something. But after a while, you keep taking creatine, you know, your body get used to it and still do the job, keep your muscles hydrated. It helps you to recover. It helps you to grow your muscles. When you are used to taking creatine, you will not go to the bathroom as much, you know. But if you're a first timer taking creatine, oh, you going to the bathroom like 5 or 6 times, you know. But when I started back taking creatine, you know, I wasn't going to the restroom so often, you know, because I take this with water, and it got more of a plain taste, but it's better, you know. I notice the change now that I'm more wiser now about the food that I choose to eat and the products that I choose to buy as far as supplements, you know. Now, I was going to the bathroom, the restroom, taking creatine. I got back on it again, you know, because my body, you know, wasn't taking no creatine or nothing like that, you know. You see, creatine helps with your sets and reps. You do more and more. You know what I'm saying? Creatine is just like steroids, you know. But see, creatine is legal, you know, and creatine is safe if you know how to take it right. You know what I'm saying? And you're not supposed to take creatine if you do not do nothing physical as far as a regimen, exercise. If you don't exercise, you take creatine, you just put on fat because it's just a water intake. It puts in the muscle, then puts it back in you and flush. You just put on fat or something. You know, just nothing but intake of water, you know. But I like creatine. Creatine is an excellent product. I don't care what nobody says. You know, it's an excellent product. I take other products or supplements, you know, but I'm going to share that another time and talk about it, you know. But creatine is an excellent product, you know, far as enhancement, far as improvement, far as so many things. It's so wonderful, you know. You see a lot of guys like football players, you know, take creatine, you know, high school players and college football players and stuff like that. You know, guys that's doing really physical and really building muscle up. You know what I'm saying? Basketball players don't build their muscles up. Basketball players, their muscles still look the same every year round. You know what I'm saying? They don't grow bulging out or look mass like that. No, basketball players don't. You know what I'm saying? Look at these NBA players. Look at these college players. Look at these high school players. They don't look muscle bound. They don't look muscular. They either look like slender, you know, look some tone, but not mass, lean, built, bulging out muscles. No, this is for like people that's in type of sport. Excuse me, that's in type of sport like football. You know what I'm saying? Because I never heard or seen no basketball player take creatine. You know what I'm saying? They can for endurance, cardio, but how basketball players lift weights, they don't grow their muscles, they don't build their muscles like a bodybuilder does. You know what I'm saying? No. Basketball players is about flexibility and stuff like that. You know, let it just come off, you know what I'm saying, smooth, you know. But that's another story. But creatine is an excellent product, you know, excellent product. And I use creatine, and I will vouch for it, and I will, you know, speak up for it, and post good comments about it. You know what I'm saying? I took creatine. We had a store at what's the store? I think it was CVS. They had a creatine with sports figures on it. You know, so that's one thing. Creatine is an excellent product. Now, the food that I take and the food that I eat, as far as the intake, you know, and I say this, you have to know this. You have to know, you know, you have to. You can exercise all day long. You can bench press all day long. You can curl all day long. You can squat all day long. You can walk or jog on the treadmill or just jog or whatever you do, walk. You know what I'm saying? You can do all that. But if your eating habits is off, you know, if you're the type of person that is exercising, lifting weights or whatever you're doing as far as a strengthening regimen, if you're a person that just eat fast food and soul food and fried food and a lot of starch and a lot of this and that and drink and smoke, but whatever you're doing as far as the intake of digestion or whatever, but the right food that you eat, you know, the right food, that is the key to a excellent body, you know. So exercising, lifting weights and things like that, you know, it would do the job. But as far as the intake of food that you eat, it does better. You know what I'm saying? The right food is the key. The right food that you eat gives your body strength, you know, gives your body energy. The right food that you eat, it feeds the mind. It have you have a better mental state, a thinking capacity, you know, and your memory will be fast and you can remember things much better and sharper. You know, the right food that you eat is a key to an excellent body. That's why you see bodybuilders, when they get back on season of Mr. Olympia or whatever type of competition, they cut out what they was doing as far as on the off season, and when the season comes, they get on that healthy dietary food. You know what I'm saying? Cut all that what they was doing on the off season, you know, and start getting shredded and start getting ripped, so they can step on stage and try to win that competition, either it's Mr. Olympia or FIBB or whatever type of event of bodybuilding, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just like CrossFit, you know. CrossFit, them men and women, they don't want to keep, you know, when they get back on the season and when they come from off season, they don't want to keep eating the same junk food, you know what I'm saying? Because you keep eating the same junk food, your body will not respond right. You know, it's like you trying to put you try to put some cooking oil or some water in the gas tank. What the car would do? The car will punt like, you know what I'm saying, and eventually die out. You know what I'm saying, until that flushes out the gas tank. You know, so when you put right food in your body, it's just like you putting some gas in the car, the right type of gas or something. You know, because all gases that you put in your car is not right for your car. You know what I'm saying? So when you put right food in your body, you know, it will respond better. You know, because I can say this because when a time when I was still eating right, but I had to try to kick bread. You know, bread. I don't eat white bread, but whole grain wheat is kind of similar. It's just it's not bad, but it still has that little slight effect. You know, and I was, you know, had a little sweet tooth, a little bit. You know, but I noticed when I started to do my jogging, you know, I jog at the university track, Akron track. I can do like 9 laps. 9. Not kidding you, no lie. I can do 9 laps, you know, or sometimes I can add in 10 and I'd be maxed out, exhausted. Now, when the days I was eating bread, wheat bread and stuff, that got a minimum of 1 to 2 grams of sugar, that may be good. Low intake of sugar. But when I was eating a little bit of junk food, you know, bread and whatever my woman cooked, you know, and when I tried to jog, that stuff of food was in my system, and I couldn't get to my original potential of doing 9 laps. I stopped at 6 laps. You see the difference? So my lap rate declined. You know, it goes back to what I was saying. When you put junk in your system of body, your body will not respond right until you flush that out and stop eating that. You know? We see bread, I don't care what type of bread it is, white or wheat, you still will bulk up, you know, gain weight, you know. It's just something in the bread, you know. Now this bread today, this man-made bread is much different and more hurting than the bread that back in biblical times. We see biblical times how they fixed and made alcohol, how they raised their animals, how they cooked their bread. They did not add anything so serious, so much. They may add a little sugar, you know what I'm saying? But their sugar was different. I don't know. But when they prepared their food back in biblical times, it was healthier than it was like nowadays. Nowadays they putting stuff in alcohol. They're putting stuff in the animals to get on the market and raise them too fast. And they're putting stuff in the bread, you know? So that's that. Like I said before, you put the wrong type of gas in your car, sometimes the gas will punt. Sometimes the car will, you try to turn it on, and like, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, or you put cooking oil or water in the gas tank, then the car will just, you know what I'm saying? Same way as your body. Your body is not like a car, makeup, no. But the system, when you try to do something physical, you start getting fatigued and you will not get like you was, temporarily, unless that food flushes out and you stop eating that, it just goes away, burns off on its own, you know. So when you eat the wrong food and you exercise, you will notice that your rate of potential with how you do things will decline temporarily until you change that around, So that's that. Now, I'm going to show you something. I got what I choose to eat because it's good, it's very good. I got this big giant salmon, and I read the label of the salmon fish. I also eat tilapia, and I also eat tuna, cans of tuna, See, here on this salmon, sodium grams. It's 55. That is low, I'm saying? And that's good, Now, the protein and sugar, there's no sugar. It's 0 grams of sugar. But the protein is 23 grams of protein. 23. So, protein, we need, people that exercise need protein, Protein helps with building muscle, protein, So, I don't like to eat food. I tell my woman this, and sometimes she gets it, but she have her way, I have mine, we compromise on that, I don't like to eat food that is high in sugar. I don't like to eat food that's high in sodium. No, it has to be low, I probably eat like a protein bar that I choose to eat, the Metrics bar, it only got 1 to 2 grams of sugar. That's low. Sodium, it can be like that, 55 to 100, 140. That's it. Because I eat spaghetti, and I use tomato sauce, not Hunt's tomato sauce, but the tomato sauce that got low grams of sodium, like 140 or lesser, it's better, You eat stuff that got so much sugar and so much sodium, it's not good. It's not. It's not. Because when you eat stuff that's got high in sodium and high in sugar, you can tell that you do that, and it'll make you look funny, make you look strange looking, and your face will break out in acne, It also will raise your blood pressure, and it will also give you diabetes, and it will also affect your heart. Yeah, true. So that's another story. Now, the choice of meat, I eat ground turkey meat, and it says 85% lean and 15% fat. So it's more of the mass of this meat, And on the back, protein, 19 grams of protein, 0 sugar grams. It's still low, Sodium, 95 grams, And calories is 222. So that's cool. But see, you gotta be careful with the birds that you eat, because some of these farmers, they're not raising these chickens right, these turkeys right, because they may have the chickens and the turkeys eat their own feces and stuff like that. That's why you gotta gain the knowledge of trying to raise animals yourself and farm and plant vegetables and fruit and stuff like that. Because this man today is killing us. Yeah. So, what I also type of season I use, I gotta get some more. I use onion powder and I use garlic powder. My woman got me hooked on onion powder. I used to get the whole onion, the bag of onion, and I cut them up. She got hooked on onion powder. It's just the same. It's an onion. And garlic powder I like because garlic powder do the exact same thing as onion. Garlic powder, it helps to replenish the blood, and the nerves. It's a blood and nerve replenish, So in the onion is the exact same way, same thing. Blood, helps with your blood and your nerves. And also onion helps to fight off cancer that grows in us. It helps minimize cancer. And choice of fruit I like. I got a bag of apples, green apples. I like green apples. Green apples is good because it burns fat, It also is good for your dental. And green apples I like better than red apples because they don't spoil as fast as red apples. And see, when I eat apples, it helps me to flush out, helps me to stay regular, And I also like blackberries and blueberries. You see, blackberries and blueberries, dark fruit, got antioxidant in it. And antioxidant is good because it's good for your appearance, Yeah. So, I want to talk about that in this video, for the ones that do exercise, eat right, and things like that, ones that do bodybuilding, CrossFit, football, basketball, whatever you do as far as physical, and you're on a regimen. You could just be a person that's like to work out, exercise, stay in shape, stay healthy, like me. But see, my agenda is why I want to do it because I am commanded to do it by God. Because God says this body that is a gift that He gave to us, and we are the magnificent creation by Him. He said, I created man in His image after His likeness. This body is a temple. He said, God said, I give this body to you as a gift. So that means you must keep it up. This is supposed to be maintenance to keep up, So I am commanded and instructed to take care of this body, take care of myself. And that's why God placed in the earth iron, steel, and stone in earth, for a so-called reason. People back in biblical times, when Joshua became leader of the children of Israel, it was talking about young, strong men. Look it up for yourself in that Old Testament. Young, strong men. Yeah. Joshua commanded his soldiers to lift heavy stones to block these 5 kings in a cave. Block them in there. So they had to be doing something far as a strengthening regiment, Samson. Samson I am very inspired by. Samson. I'm also inspired by Jesus, of course. But Samson, I read about Samson. Samson was a man of strength. Not because of his hair. His hair got something to do with it because he was a Nazarite, But Samson's strength came from God. But his mother had a part to do with that. Because the angel of the Lord came to Samson's mother twice and instructed her. And he went to her husband and said, husband, make sure she stay on this commandment and instructions. So his mother had something to do with Samson had strength like that. You could say his hair all day long. But see, he was forbidden for Israelites and so certain men to cut their hair, you know. So I don't cut. I have long hair myself. It's in a bun. My hair goes past my shoulder blade, my shoulders, down, you know, going down my back. And I don't cut my hair, you know. So yeah, the right food that you eat, and I'm gonna say it again, the right food that you eat will give your body strength, and you will get a better result. Let me see my time. You will get a better result in that. You know, the particular product you take, do research about that product, that supplement, and take it from there. Yeah. Drewize, I am Drewize. This is Drewize Pump Up. You can post a comment about what I just said if you like. If you like, you know. Woo. Like, share, subscribe. I am Drewize. This is Drewize Pump Up. Peace.